No way! This is one of the best pieces I've ever dug.
Welcome to the channel. Today I'm in Moorhead, Minnesota. This house behind me was built sometime in the 1880s. It shows up on an 1890 map. It was built for the Anderson family, who owned the local foundry. They were very prominent citizens. I've got permission to excavate the grounds in search of artifacts, so we'll take a walk around and see what's going on. This place was a mansion in its day. It still has a lot of its original features. Note there is stone veneer over the original brick. The back lot is fairly open. The ground is covered in snow, but I checked. Unfortunately, it hasn't frozen yet. Just off the northeast corner of the house, you'll see I cleared some snow. I pushed a probe rod through the ground and hit some compaction differences. And at about 5 or 6 feet, hit what I believe is glass. We'll get this thing opened up.
We're in an early pit. I'm finding all kinds of early fragments. Here's our first whole piece. That is a Philadelphia oval style prescription bottle, you guys. This thing may date back to the 1880s. You'll see this color change in the soil. This is wood ash. I usually find that in pre-1890s pits. I'm also finding this very ornate dinnerware. Looks like some kind of English transferware. Yeah, I can hardly get a trowel through. There's so much stuff. He's trying to be careful not to break anything. The glassware from this era can be fragile, very fragile. There's a lot of broken stuff in here too. That is really cool. It's some kind of glass dish that broke. Now, sometimes you can tell if it's cut glass or not because it'll be sharp. That's not cut, so I believe it would be some kind of pressed glass. It would be like a candy dish or something. Also, held stuff on the dinner table. That's all wood ash. There's the wheel off of a doll bed. I believe looks like some kind of porcelain. All kinds of broken windows, broken lamp chimneys. It's like some chicken bones. All very standard for a residential pit from the 1880s. And there's some brown color. I think that's the use layer from the outhouse. That's what we're looking for. All kinds of artifacts are thrown down these things back in the day. Might have a pickle bottle of some sort there. Oh yeah, that's an oldie. That's a pickle bottle in a beautiful green color. This very old prescription bottle fell out. F.W. Hawkins, pharmacist, Moorhead, Minnesota. I've never even heard of one of these before. That's got to be from the 1880s, maybe even 1870s. Not a lamp burner. Looks like it's a brass or bronze with that green corrosion. It's rut sometimes, make it difficult to dig through. Another lamp burner. Sometimes these have the company names on the handle there. A lot of the times they're too far corroded to read though. Some kind of bottle here. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's got a ground lip, so it's a threaded top. A lot of folks associate these screw tops with modern bottles, but I believe there were actually screw top bottles found on Swedish warship from the 17th century. I've actually found them in like 1880s context. So in the early manufacturing process, it wasn't perfected, so it would leave ridges from where the mold was pressed together, so they'd have to grind it down. That's why you get that kind of rough edge on it there. Could have been some kind of toiletry or a pharmaceutical. I'm amazed at how much is in this pit. A lot of broken stuff too. Nurser bottle. Graduated nursing bottle. The graduated nursing bottle. It's got some increments on the back side there. It's a tooled top. Here's looks like a Blake style prescription. A really nice pink colored dish here. Gotta make sure I don't break anything. Yeah. Some more English transferware. That color is beautiful. These folks weren't very nice with their stuff when they threw it down. Another Blake style prescription. At least this one wasn't embossed. Like that's some kind of aqua bottle down there. I haven't found the bottom of this pit yet either. It's big. Alright. It's hard to get a trowel through. There's so much stuff in here. That's really something. I found a picture in an 1880s hotel pit that was the same color. Which may have been a popular style back during those times. This looks like some kind of pressed glass dish. Yeah, very nice stuff. Oh, no embossing on this either. That's a tooled top piece. It's got a key mold on the bottom. You see the lines meet with this circle. The mold's pressed together like a key to form the bottle. That's got to be 1880s. It's like some kind of prescription bottle. There we go. B.F. McCall, druggist and pharmacist, Moorhead, Minnesota. That is an early one. It's got a great design. We got a good one. It's like maybe a champagne bottle. Yellowware chamber pot. Okay, it's a broken, probably like Claret style wine bottle. Turn mold piece like they had an applied top. There we go. The pocket stuff. It's like a Ironstone China coffee cup. Okay, this one was actually made without a handle, so really no damage on it. Maybe a small chip. On a broken 16-ounce Philadelphia Oval Style prescription. I have to find a full one of these intact. It's like a teacup. See some purple on it. You can see all this wood ash below it. Oh, and there it is. Bottle. Okay. Broken, but look at that. Never dug one in this pattern before. It's like a sheaf of wheat or maybe a bouquet of flowers on it. I don't see any maker's marks. I'm gonna pull this out of the way. Well, that's some kind of enamelware. Might even have fire damage on it. That might just be corrosion. This thing is very eaten up. May have been to dump ashes into from a stove. Huh. Definitely late 1800s. Broken gin bottle. That's a very old piece. This is likely from Europe. We've got a few things in here. Maybe some art glass. Maybe a couple case gins. These might be intact. You can see they're just kind of stacked on top of each other there. Hey, we've got a broken one. This is usually found in like 70s, 80s context, by the way. And an intact one. That's beautiful. That's oh yeah, look at that, crude applied top on it right there, the glass dripping down. It's got, I don't know if that's a mold imperfection or something. That is a very crude looking bottle. I don't know if there's any maker's marks on it. I don't see anything. It's got some groundwater in it. What is this? Kind of like hobnail art glass of some sort. Some kind of very ornate dish. And some kind of broken extract or medicine bottle, tooled top. Broken window. A couple bottles over here. It's like some kind of a toiletry. No maker's mark. Some contents inside. A metal piece. We had found bottom. You can see all those specks. Those are undigested seeds from the outhouse. We got some kind of a prescription type bottle here. No embossing. Nice early Blake style though. That's a very early stamp. This may be to the house that stood here before this one. Powell and Bishop, England. I'll find these in like 1870s or 80s context. Oh, nice. I'll find all the pieces. It's that hobnail dish. Looks like it may have been the lid to something. Oh yeah, there's the wood lining right there. More confirmation that we're digging an old outhouse pit. So this stuff on the bottom here is from the start. The property record, look at that. That's got a nice floral pattern. I've definitely found the bottom and the side a broken toiletry of some sort. It's like a shoe polish bottle on top here. No way! This is one of the best pieces I've ever dug. This is a teal prescription bottle from Moorhead, Minnesota. Fine perfumery. That, I'm at a loss of words. I believe he started his business in 1873. This one's going right away for safekeeping. That is something else. Let's see here. We're only halfway through the use layer. Oh, look at that pattern. This is an incredibly early pit. I think this might even predate this house that's standing here. I said that once before, but getting more confirmation. That is very early. That could be 1870s. Whitmore, Boston. Classic Whitmore Brothers shoe polish. Stuff was sold all across the US during the turn of the century. Okay, so I've been finding all these broken lamp chimneys. You see how wide the fluting is on this? It seems as the years went on, the fluting got smaller and smaller in the manufacturing process, and these always seem to date to the 1870s, 1880s. I'm gonna do a solid use layer, working my way towards the south side. There's a... That was really something. Look at that. Would have been like a teal green case gin bottle. Oh, that's amazing. I'll actually piece this together if I can find all the pieces. Looks like a chamber pot. Oh, that's really something. That's old. That's like a yellowware. That could be 1860s or 70s. Maybe something the pioneers brought with them. Not a little perfume. It's 750 on bottom. Must be a mold number or something. have here? Some kind of a thicker bottle. Oh, there's a steel hatchet head. Looks like it still has the handle attached to it. It's the broken chopping wood or something. I'm sure it does. Right on bottom, these cone inks, I think they started making these in the 1880s. I'll usually find them in like turn of the century pits, but they did make them in this style for a while. What do we have here? There we go. That's an applied top. Key mold, Lydia E. Pinkham's vegetable compound. This was marketed towards females. This one's got to be 1880s. Broken flower pots. Little broken perfume bottle. All kinds of china. I'll find a bunch of that in these residential type pits. Although this pit is bigger, almost like a commercial size. Some broken ironstone from a crock. Looks like a prescription bottle here. Maybe looks like a colorless one. Here we got a oval handled like the flavoring extract. Oh wow. An ironstone china dish lid. Be careful with this. It's wedged between a rock and the side of the pit. It's hard packed clay. A liquor flask, shoe fly style. I was told there's one of these from Moorhead. It has a Moorhead embossed in glass. The use layer, you can see it's just pieces stacked on top of each other. When they threw most of the stuff down, they just put no consideration into keeping it intact. That's really cool. A mini flower pot. I think that's the smallest flower pot I've ever dug. Looks like it's intact too. And another lamp burner with a use layer stuck to it. This here. Oh, the spout off of a tea kettle, like a earthenware tea kettle. Wow. A hand-painted marble. Or maybe it was machine painted. I don't know. Look at that color, that design. I've never dug one quite like this before. That is really cool. And a blank Philadelphia old style prescription. Be very careful in these layers. There's so much happening here. This drugstore bottle lips are thin. Wow. Look at that color and design. Almost looks modern. Got to be 1870s though. Definitely a style ahead of its time. What do you have here? This is an old one. That's an applied top. That is really something. That's a really good early one. Oh. And a little perfume bottle. This is very old. So that's actually a seaweed style pattern. They call it some kind of yellowware. Could date back to the 1860s, likely 1870s. This is a very old beer bottle. Look at that applied top, a really nice, almost honey amber color. Call it light amber. More of that seaweed pattern piece. Maybe I can find all the pieces and piece it back together. Look at that. I've mentioned before how I found these early Stewart's bottles in like a citron color. This is one of them. That's one of the first ones they made after moving the company to Minneapolis. That is truly amazing. A blank lake style prescription. Wouldn't mind finding another couple teal ones. I'm working my way towards the southwest corner. You can see it's the solid use layer. Looks like some kind of ornate china piece. May have a bottle back there too. Look at a shoe polish. No embossing on it. Cool top, a little better aqua than you usually see with these. Looks like the pit's a little longer than I thought it was. What do we have here? Wow. Look at that color. That's beautiful. Hopefully I can find all the pieces because that will display very well. Try to get every last one in here. They must have smashed it when they threw it down. This has been broken a long time. It's not our doings. Yeah, look at all these. This is going to be a project piecing it back together, that's for sure. Some of these are almost crumbled to dust. There's a big piece too. There's got to be some chunks of it down here. There's a porcelain doll head. Look at all those pieces. Yeah, this is gonna be a project, that's for sure. And a salt glazed stonework rock. It's like a liquor flask. No embossing. That's a picnic style. Collectors usually call these a pumpkin seed because they're shaped like one. And a little ink bottle with a sheared top. No embossing. A doll head. So, second one we found, they definitely had a family living in the house. Broken gin bottle. This may have been Horsford's. Okay. Horsford, Professor Horsford actually invented baking soda in one of his earlier ones. I find these in 1870s and 80s pits. Windows making a nightmare to dig through. What's that? It has some nice color. Stuck in there. There we go, that's a seed cup. So, this would have been for a bird cage, likely. Got a ground top on it. Another broken lamp chimney. Alright, so what do we have here? That's really something. Very early. Some kind of a pharmaceutical. Really, look at that, it's a key mold bottom. It's incredibly early. It's gotta be 1880s. Need a coffee cup. This one does have a broken handle on it, full of a use layer. Got kind of a like a ribbed design on it. That's really nice. Look at that design. It's like a city by the water of some sort. It's even got a design on the inside. This family seems to have been well off. There's the corner. There's the bracing. Hard packed ground. This bit's done. This was one for the books. I concluded this was an outhouse pit used by residents on this property during the 1880s. Got some of the best variety of pieces I've ever dug. Got ornate dinnerware, early stoneware. Got that chamber pot, teacups, case gin, some kind of apothecary. Those prescriptions, including the two from Moorhead, that one's teal green, extracts, glassware, that hatchet handle, nursery bottle, wine bottle, shoe polish, a pickle bottle, some toiletries, inks, liquor flasks, and some patent medicines. Well, there you have it. I'll get this filled back in. That cleaned up well. I was gritting a bit further back. You'll see I kicked some more marks in the ground. I probed it out. It doesn't seem very deep, maybe a couple feet, but there's glass in it. I think we have another pit. There's something going on here. Looks like there's a couple bottles actually. I'm getting mixed signals on this pit. Been hitting some early stuff, but it's not very deep. Now, what is this? Looks like it could be a beer, maybe a soda. There's a damage on this one, but this one looks good. Might have another one next to it. This is wild. Look at that. And another one? Maybe they're just using bottles as fill. Huh. You know, there was a carriage shed in this vicinity. It's possible there was a foundation, something they were filling in. Threw some stuff down, but it's definitely a cap layer. Huh. These are all kind of like intertwined with each other. Let's see here. Okay, we've got a tooled crown top beer made by the Streeter Bottle Glass Company of Streeter, Illinois. There's no other embossing on it. Now this is a Hutchinson soda bottle. Let's see. Careful so I don't damage anything. Western Bottling Works, Matt Simonich, Moorhead, Minnesota. That's a gem. You know, I actually dug 16 of these on a construction site in Fargo. That was back in 2016,
Haven't found one since though. It's got to be a 1890s bottle. What was this? Some kind of a pharmaceutical piece. Yeah, just very poor shape, tooled top. Looks like some kind of a prescription or a toiletry. Oh wow, it's a Joker shampoo. That's wild. This is actually a bit newer than this area. I wonder if it was like a low spot. Again, could have been a trench for a building's footing or something, and this was thrown in it. But got another piece down here. Looks like maybe a liquor flask. These roots have been something to deal with, that's for sure. Alright, yeah, so this is a tooled top Eagle style liquor flask. Dates to about 1905. Some kind of green glass here. Okay, it's just part of maybe a candy dish. Old enough glass. There's some kind of bottle in the cap layer here. What do we have? Huh. That's a tooled top. Could have been a medicine or a flavoring extract. I dug down to the bottom here and some broken china fragments. And that looks like it's a teapot of some sort. Other than that, I think we've got it cleaned out. This pit's done. Well, it's quality, not quantity. Seems this was either a dipped outhouse pit or a trash pit. It was in use in the early 1900s. Got that tooled top beer bottle, the Western bottling Hutchinson soda from Moorhead, that liquor flask, and the paneled piece. There you have it. We'll get it filled back in.